This
Welcome
is
back.
the
Hello.
Grin and Share It podcast, where we get together every week and talk about TikTok. Just
Just
kidding.
TikTok. Well,
Just TikTok. That's it. We're solely a TikTok podcast. This is what we do.
yeah, that's amazing. Anyway, what's up,
Anyway,
you guys?
it's been a week since we last spoke. What's new?
Oh, dude, I feel like this week has flown by. I have not done a single thing.
It has
You know the resolutions we talked about last week? Didn't start them. Nope.
Dude, this week was really fast because
Yeah.
like today I went and worked out and met up with Cara and Wiley and Claire for brunch. And then I was like, oh shit, it's Sunday. Like we're recording again. And I was
Yeah.
happy because I was like, oh, I get to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today, all the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Hannah, what's been
Hannah,
going on with you?
yeah, your day looked interesting.
Yeah, so I did like a brand, I don't know if you call it brand deal, collab, whatever, with this beauty brand
Yes, queen.
that's launching, what's today's date? That's launching in 2 days.
Ooh.
And so they reached out to me back in like November, and it's been this whole process because we weren't allowed to like show the products until we all posted about it.
Exclusive.
Yeah, because it's like brand new, never been done. And it was like a big pinch me moment because the woman who created the brand is also the CEO and founder of Who What Wear, which is like a style
Whoa.
blog that I've
Wait,
followed.
don't you love that?
Yeah, I literally I had it bookmarked on my computer back in like middle school. So it was kind of like a full
Wait,
circle
that's so
moment.
cute.
And it was really cool that they reached out to me, and
Holy
she is like
shit, wait,
starting
that's
this
so
new thing.
cool.
Yeah, so I love the products. Like I loved the packaging and like really what they stood for, and the way that the products like worked were really awesome. But what's cool is that it introduced me to like a ton of other people that, like to do what I do with like Instagram and are trying to kind of do the same thing for themselves in terms of like content creation. So it really did introduce me to like so many people online, which I know is like kind of weird because you feel like you know these people even though you don't. But one of the girls lives here in Charlotte, and we've just been like following each other's for a while, like a few months now, and just like comment back and forth on each other's photos. So I finally texted her and was like, hey, like, would you want to meet up this weekend? So we did, and got coffee, and it was really nice. So I'm like happy to now know someone new here too. So that was really fun. And yeah, I mean, this past week I really have just not done a lot. I mean, work's been really crazy because two people in my office are out because of COVID.
Love
And
it.
Whoa.
yeah, and
Damn.
I've gotten tested twice now within the last week. I might go and get tested again tomorrow.
Yeah, I went and got
And
tested today.
yeah. And it's like I feel fine obviously, but like it is a little like nerve-wracking still having to go into the office after these two people got it. I kind of wish that we all had the opportunity to like all
Work from
quarantine
home.
and like work from home for at least 2 weeks.
How did
Like
they know how they got it? Did they like go out somewhere? Or was it just
so
home?
yeah, the first girl that got it, she's also like 8 months pregnant too, you guys. Like she's like really pregnant
Ooh,
and she got
that's
it.
No.
Yeah.
that's
I wonder what I mean,
So
scary.
I'm sure there are some short-term studies that have been done, but like how does that affect a pregnancy?
I think honestly, as long as it's a rather mild case of it, you're fine. I
Mhm.
mean, obviously there would be like some pretty bad effects if you were to like have to be hospitalized because of it. But she had some people over, and one of the friends that she had over ended up getting it, like getting COVID, and she let her know as
Wow.
soon as she found out. And then that day she went and got a rapid test, found out she had it, and immediately left work. And then
Dude, if
everyone
I
in the
was that
office,
woman who gave it to like her pregnant friend, I would feel so
yeah,
bad.
I know. So then we all went and got tested, and this was right before New Year's too. So I like was like I'm not going to go and do anything. Not that I really did anything, but like I was going to be around other people, and I was like I don't feel comfortable doing this until I at least get a test. So luckily I found one that day. came back negative, so everything was fine. But then my like direct boss, who is very close with the girl that got it the first time around, she ended up showing symptoms like 3 days later, found out she had it. So now it's like another person. So then I got tested again, still negative. And I'm like
Wow.
bathing myself. I'm like wearing my mask at all times, like bathing myself in fucking hand sanitizer. Like I'm just trying to like stay away
You're like
from
all
Yeah.
dried
people.
up.
Yeah, and like everyone thinks that I'm being like paranoid, but I'm like, you
Dude,
guys,
you're
like,
not. No,
yeah,
I'm
Some people aren't
I
paranoid
agree.
enough. I mean,
yeah, like
Yeah.
people
I
literally can't go to the hospital in LA because
right,
it's full and people are dying every day. So like,
yeah,
you
and
should be a little
like
paranoid.
I mean, I think we all feel this way. Like the three of us, knock on wood, have been very lucky enough to like get through all of 2020 without it. And
Hannah,
like
you just
I'm
jinxed us. We're all gonna get
Yeah,
it.
seriously, dude. I went and
Nah.
got tested today and I don't need
Damn
that, but
it.
I think I'm good.
no, but like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I
Yeah.
went this long without getting it. I don't want to get it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely like has made work very kind of stressful on top of just having to navigate sort of what
Yeah.
it's like with my two bosses working from home and then us still being in the office.
So weird. I'm still confused as to why like you can't work from home. Like
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
the resources that are like in the office?
So really the only reason why I can think that we can't work so like I upload all of our products to the website whenever we
Mhm.
get anything in, and like our inventory system is only available on our desktop computers at home. But I mean
Oh,
at the office.
Yeah.
But like my thing is like I understand him maybe wanting us to come into the office, but I do think that we should have quarantined and like worked from home for at least those 2 weeks after we were all kind of exposed to it. But he like still wanted us to come in. So the only way I knew
Mm.
how to deal with that is like to just keep getting tested.
Yeah.
So I just kept trying to get as many tests as I could, and luckily they've all been negative, and everyone that I've been around has gotten tested too. So we've all been lucky in that sense. But
Yeah. Well,
um
it's good for
yeah,
that.
other than
you know.
that, I know
I'm
Connor leaves next weekend, so just been hanging out with
ooh, that's
him
Stop.
too.
wild.
I know.
Oh, Hannah, my brother literally just moved to North Carolina
I
with
know.
his
So
friend
do you
Mitch.
know where he's living?
So it's like I know it's like 30 minutes north of Charlotte. It starts with an M, I think.
Okay.
Morrisville. Am I thinking that right?
Okay. Yeah, I think
I
that's
don't
what
know
it
if
is.
that's
I'm
it.
like still
Yeah.
Getting familiar with
with like
everywhere.
places outside of Charlotte.
Which,
Someone
like,
could
yeah, I mean, it's
literally
not
tell
like
me
it's that
something
close.
and I'm like, I have I mean, also like I'm geographically challenged as is. Like I
Same.
literally couldn't even get around Atlanta without Google
A
Maps, and I
yeah,
lived there
same.
my whole life. So like God knows how long it's gonna take me to figure it out. But that's really cool because I told
I
Connor
know.
about that and he was like, oh, that's really awesome. So
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I think it'll be a really good experience because he's living with his best friend.
yeah.
And now like I have more of a reason to visit North Carolina now, you know. Like
Yeah.
I could visit you, we
That would
could go
be
hang
really
out with my
good.
brother. Yeah, so
Yeah.
should be fun.
I know. I
I'm
was gonna
curious. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna come home next weekend because it was supposed to be my dad's birthday. By the way, my dad is getting the
His
COVID
birthday's canceled
vaccine.
though. He
Oh,
doesn't
for
have it anymore.
real?
Yeah,
Oh wait,
so
really?
yeah, but he's gonna so the first I just talked to my parents the other day. So the first round of vaccines for anyone 65 or over starts tomorrow. But the reason
Wow.
why I'm not going home is because I was gonna go home and surprise my dad. He had no idea, but then my mom texted me 2 days ago and she was like, "Just kidding, we're going to the boat for 2 weeks." So I was like, "Okay." So yeah, I was gonna come home and I was like gonna try and see you guys again, but honestly, like I kind of was just already home and like I got stuff I need to do
Yeah.
here. But I want you guys
Yeah.
to like come back here, and I want to like go home again and like maybe try and take like a Friday or Monday off so I can be there a little bit longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so
I
exciting.
definitely want to visit soon, especially
Yeah,
since
I
my
still
Yeah.
brother's
haven't like
there.
had a chance to actually see your place. Like
Yeah.
I
Oh
couldn't
shit, yeah.
come for Halloween.
I know. Cara called me the other day and she was like, "Yeah, I want to come back too." And I feel like if you guys came just a regular weekend, we'd be able to do more because obviously, like when
Mhm.
Amanda and Cara were here, we were here. They were here for Halloween, and like I don't know. We had like stuff going on, but I feel
We
like any
started
other
very
week.
early drinking. And
Yeah.
eating, and it just went by really fast.
I feel like, yeah, if it was any other weekend, like I could take you guys to more of my favorite spots, but I definitely want you guys to come when like hopefully things are better.
Yeah.
God knows when that will
Hopefully,
be,
yeah.
but yeah,
Getting like
visit
really
soon.
paranoid about it. It just keeps getting worse, honestly.
I know. But
Um,
I'm like excited for my dad to get the vaccine and like
yeah.
it's
Did you
different.
guys see Kennedy got it?
Kennedy Vela?
Yeah.
No way. Well,
Yeah.
doesn't
She
do
like I think she posted it
healthcare
on
stuff?
Face. Huh?
Doesn't she do healthcare stuff?
Yeah, Kennedy
Yeah.
got
So like she
it.
works at the hospital. I don't know
Yeah,
what she
so
does
healthcare workers have
specifically,
to
but
get
she
it.
works over there.
Yeah.
And so she posted it on like Facebook, and I was like, yeah, good
Good
for
for
you,
her.
girl. I
Yeah.
love that.
I was at Soul Cycle this morning, and the women in front of me were talking about how they got it, and they were like, "I feel
Wow.
fine." Yeah, so I was
That's
like,
Dude, you can
exciting. I
inject
mean, like,
me with literally rat poison at this point. I don't care. But if you can tell me that like we can all get this vaccine and it will like somehow bring back some sense of normalcy, like I'll do just about anything,
same.
honestly.
Hannah, I want to go back to talking about this brand. I mean, you just
Oh,
like that was like
yeah.
such a big thing, and you're just like, yeah. So anyway, work's been good.
Wait, so is this the brand that you posted that TikTok of?
Yes.
with the person?
I
Okay,
loved
so
it.
was
It
the
was really
cutest little
good.
brown person.
Yeah.
And then so is it like skincare and like? What
So
are all the
it's
products?
just makeup.
Oh,
So
okay.
literally like they had like a quote unquote like embargo on the products. Like I couldn't even
Me googling embargo.
like I really didn't get like what the I know what an embargo is
Yeah.
vaguely from school, but like basically it was like a legal thing. Like I couldn't even post about it until January 6th. And so yeah, they reached out to me back in November. They like emailed me just through my email on Instagram and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. And of course, like I'm familiar with like the woman who's starting it, and like I'm familiar with like the other brands that she's been a part of. So I was like, of course.
I know
And
that's so. I had no idea that that was the girl because I know like you really like that
yeah.
blogger and stuff.
Yeah.
Weren't you reading a book of hers?
So okay, so that's someone different. So there's like
There's Who What Wear, and then there's We Wear What, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh
I
shit!
think
Wait.
no.
Yeah.
I was sorry. That's on me. I was getting them confused. So we were. I don't know. I'm like
Wait,
blanking on
I
it.
think it's
Wait, I need to
One
look it
Wear
up.
what?
When, where, what, who, when, how? I don't know. Hold on.
Because one of them is like by Danielle Bernstein.
Okay, yes.
correct?
Yeah,
So
is it by
Danielle-
Danielle Bernstein?
No.
Or like
Oh
she-
shit! Because that's who I was thinking, and I was
Yeah,
like, isn't that
okay.
like your
So-
idol?
So no, I do really like her stuff. So Danielle Bernstein is We Wore What, but then
Okay.
the blog and the website is called Who What Where.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
and-
I've heard of that too, though. Like I think
Yeah.
I follow them.
So it's kind of, do you guys know what Women's Wear Daily is?
Yes.
So it's kind of like that kind of thing. It's like
Okay.
it's like an actual website. I mean, they've got like 3.4 million followers on Instagram, and like
Yeah.
it's a lot of just talking about like what trends are happening, like streetwear stuff that's coming off the runway,
Mhm.
like stuff like that. And I mean, this like Who What Wear has been around for a while, and that's like when I first really started getting into fashion. I would like go to the website and like see what was going on in the industry. And so Catherine
gonna, like, look it up
Powers
right
is
now.
like the CEO and founder of Who What Wear, and she's the one who is now starting this beauty brand that I worked
Mhm.
with. And
Did
the
you
brand
like the
is
products?
Yeah, I really did. And I
What
love
kind of
like
products do they have? Like,
so
what
it's
kind of skincare? I guess.
Yeah.
well, it's just makeup right now. I think they are going to get into skincare in the future. But I mean, I think that it's
Oh,
stuff that
sorry,
like you
makeup.
No, you're fine. I think it's stuff that like you guys would like too, and it's just I feel like so much more of like I hate to say like the vibe now, but
Is
it's
it very like
But it is, it,
clean and,
like,
it's like
dewy?
very
minimalistic.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
literally
it's
like I love that is so up our alley, y'all. I love
Yeah,
it so much.
it's so they're all about like natural beauty. It's all clean products, which is really great because like I'm super picky about what I put on my skin. So they gifted me two products. I used like their highlighter, like balm stick that was really great, and then I used their minimalist foundation stick, which I feel like is probably going to be their most popular product. And that is like a concealer and foundation in one.
And which, by the way, you posted a picture on Instagram and your makeup looked insane. Like that
Thank you.
highlighter looked really good. So
yeah.
might have to
No, it was
get me
really
some.
good. And like they just came out with the prices too. And so when they sent it to me, I had no idea what the prices were because like it wasn't even on the market. And they were marketing it as like luxury makeup. So I was like, oh dang, this stuff is gonna be really expensive. But then they sent like the PR like they sent the PR booklet when they sent the package. And I mean, the foundation stick's like $35. I don't think
Oh,
it's
not
like
bad.
super expensive. Yeah. So, no, it was
That's
really
good.
awesome. And like every purchase comes with like that little purse thing that I was showing you
Oh,
guys.
that's so
shit,
cute.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, I might buy some just for
So
that.
I know. So it's like a makeup bag, which is really awesome. And then another like beauty brand just reached out to me last week, and I'm going to be working with them in like the next few weeks
Oh
too.
my God,
So
Hannah, that's so
Dude,
exciting.
That's so awesome because that's like exactly
Yeah.
what you want to do. We need to
I
start doing
know.
shit like that for the podcast. Like
I know.
For
how do
real.
we Hannah use your networking skills?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to
Plug
be
us.
honest, like so like these two brands, they reached out to me. I have absolutely no idea how they came across me, but like with other brands and stuff, I just like DM them. I'm like, I DM them and ask for like an email because I feel like that's way more professional. And I like email them kind of just like a little bit about me and like my stats on like Instagram. And I think we could definitely do that with the podcast, like talk
I think so
about
too.
how
Yeah.
many downloads we've gotten and
Mm.
stuff, and just be like,
Mhm.
we'd love to try your stuff and talk about it. So
Because I've actually emailed. There were two things. There was I saw some girls started like a purse company and it was actually really cute. Like
Yeah.
definitely our
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
And then there was a magazine that people were starting. So I
Mhm.
reached out to them and I emailed them. I was like, these are our stats. We'd love to like find a way to work with you, but no one's replied. But like, I'm sure we could.
I
We
really want
can
to
figure
reach
something out.
I really actually I might do this week, but I really want to reach out to that girl. I kind of talked to you guys about her over the summer, but she's this girl that I know just from like my hometown, and she started those like thrift bundles.
Oh
And
yeah.
Dude,
yeah, they've like really, she's blown up. Like she's now like doing like bundles and styling like a lot of YouTubers that I follow.
Yeah.
And so I think it'd be really cool if like I reached out to her and to see if we could do something like that. Cause like
that would be
I feel like
so-
our styles are like different, but it would be something really cool to like hype her up, but like also have something
Yeah.
that's really unique to the three of us. So
Mhm.
I think that's good because
Gonna
I
try
remember when you got that. I mean, I know like we all love thrifting and stuff and we're all
yeah.
in like fashion. I'm really down for that.
I'd be
Yeah.
down.
I'm gonna reach
Let's
out to
do
her
some of
this week and ask. Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Dude, so Austin has COVID.
Oh yeah.
Talk about
So that's
that.
why I like had to go get tested because I saw
I was
him
wondering
recently and
why.
like, well, I don't want to like air out his entire life,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
so I saw him
anyone
recently.
could get it at this point
Yeah.
from anything. It's not-
And he's had it for like about like a week now, I believe. And so I went and got tested today, and I don't feel
How
like
is
I
he
have any.
feeling?
He said he was feeling like a little groggy the first 2 days and then had like body aches, but like other than that, like he was fine.
Does
I
he
have
still
to
have his
like,
taste and his smell?
yeah, so far he does, which is
Dude,
really
that's
good.
like that, not gonna lie, that was what would scare me the most. Like
Dude, okay,
just
so have you guys seen like on TikTok, it's if you lost like your sense of smell or taste, you can like burn an orange and like the inside of that you mix it with brown sugar and apparently it like somehow
I don't-
triggers your like
what the fuck?
I don't know if I
senses
believe
and
that.
like I don't know, I've seen like a lot of people do it and it blows my mind.
I would
But
just like
you
rip shots every like all day long because you
isn't
wouldn't be
that
able
what
to
Cara
take.
did?
I
Yeah,
would
you
take
would
like
be.
apple cider vinegar shots. Like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would just put the best stuff into my body. Like
You,
because
like,
I
I
wouldn't
you
be able
like
to taste
love
it.
apple cider vinegar. Like
My boss, like when she was telling us about it, she was like, she was like, I'm starving, but like I can't taste anything, so I don't feel like eating. So I feel like you might just get skinny, hopefully. Like that would be like one good thing to come from it.
Oh my
Don't
God.
tempt me.
Dude, yeah, Shayla, you drink apple cider vinegar like it's tea. Like,
I love apple
do you
cider
heat it
vinegar.
up
Like,
ever?
hmm?
Nothing, that was a joke, but that was kind of gross.
I didn't even hear you.
I said, do you heat it up?
Ew.
Wait, so do you drink it? You drink it straight, Shayla, right?
Yeah, like I love apple cider vinegar so much. Like sometimes if I'm like having like soup, like I'll put vinegar in like the soup. Like to
So you
spice
do
up a
heat it
little
up.
bit. Well, no.
Just kidding.
No, but
I
I really love apple cider vinegar. Like if you just gave it to me randomly, like at any point during the day, like I would be more than happy to drink it.
I try and
Nice.
dilute it with like water because low key I've heard it's not good for your stomach lining
Yeah,
to
so
drink
here's the
like
thing, it
straight
really
vinegar.
isn't. It really isn't because you can literally like burn the lining
Yeah.
of your stomach 'cause
Dude,
it's so
one time
acidic.
you know how you're supposed to just take like a spoonful of it?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking, and I just poured it into like a big shot glass and just like took that. I had never felt worse. I was literally thought I was dying.
The inside, like your throat and everything's like
Everything was just sizzling inside. Ew.
no. I know you're supposed to dilute it, but I never do just because I literally love how it tastes.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's chat
I
about this. Um, this whole thing happened within like 2 days and it was like debunked with
Is it
like I don't even know how real it is. But the whole like
the Kim
Kim,
Kardashian
Kanye,
ex Jeffree
Jeffrey,
Star, the collab?
the collab.
Dude, I know that was crazy because everyone was like, Casper, Wyoming. They both have houses there, and like the
Yeah.
timing and
So is that
whatever.
literally just where it came from? The fact that both of them happen to be in the same place and then like someone put like thought they were putting two and two together?
Well,
No,
some
so
girl
this
made a TikTok. I don't know
yeah.
if she made it as a joke or what. I think she probably did make it as a joke, but like it went viral, and Kim
Mhm.
Kardashian is like suing her now. I'm pretty sure,
Oh
unless
She
that's
like
wow.
fake.
came out and said that she like wanted the internet to be like talking about her again. Because do you remember when like this could be like totally wrong. Do you remember when the fires were happening like in Australia and in
Mhm.
California and everything?
Yeah.
This girl was like, if you donate to like this wildfire like relief fund, I'll send you a nude, right? And so people started donating, and so she
What?
That's
sent it.
this
Yeah, so
girl.
she went viral for this like earlier back when COVID like COVID happened and all the fires were happening.
Did she
And so
actually
I
send nudes?
apparently like she seems too clickbaity for me to like believe, you know? And so
Yeah.
I mean,
she
she's putting it
said
to good
that
use, I guess.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
she was like, haha, my family like doesn't like the fact that I got famous for sending news to people who were
Yeah,
donating
no
to like
kidding.
wildfire relief fund or
No
whatever.
shit.
And so I think that's how she went viral. So when she posted that video, she was like, I literally just wanted people to start talking about me again.
I
What
wonder
the
how
And
the
I'm like,
lawsuit's gonna. I wonder what's gonna happen because Kim obviously
Dude,
could claim like, oh, this is slander, like towards her
yeah,
reputation and stuff. But like, if the girl like was doing like a parody or like
I'm not gonna
exactly.
I don't
lie,
know.
like those kind of people are so annoying. The ones that are just like, I'm bored, so let me start some shit.
No,
And
because
like,
that's literally like what she said she did. And I was like, what was the point
yeah.
of all of this? What was I don't know. I feel
Fame
like the
hungry.
pairing also was just so poor. She could have done way better with that to make it a little
Dude,
bit
but it
more
was
like,
so
Yeah.
funny. Could you imagine if that
yeah.
was true? My God, that
Dude, also
kind of would have been iconic.
my thing with Jeffrey's like debunked video, because you know
Yeah.
how he's been like having like dealing with a bunch of like
Yeah.
backlash throughout this entire or throughout all of last year. Um when he like came back and was like, oh, let me see. I don't know. I just felt like it was so just
Dude, I clicked on it so fast.
it wasn't tasteful though. Like I really didn't
Really?
think
I
that I
mean,
don't
I
know.
think how else is he supposed to do it? Because he went on there and he was just like, obviously, this is fake. Like, what? So, I
I
mean, how
mean,
else was he
yeah, I
supposed
don't
to do
know.
it? I thought it was fine. Although, obviously, at first, when this first came out, I was like, oh shit, if this is real, like, I felt so bad for Kim. Just could you
Right?
I
Okay,
mean, I feel
people were
bad in
being like,
general. I feel bad in general because, they are split up right now or getting a divorce or whatever. Because, like,
yeah.
all their kids and everything they've done and, like, their
It's just really
story of, like, how
messy.
they got together. I'm like, oh, that's I didn't think
How
that they'd split up, you know.
how do
Yeah.
y'all feel about Harry Styles' new love interest?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think
It's
because it's
so
Olivia Wilde, literally like one of the most beautiful people on earth
She's
too. I mean,
yeah, no, she's
obviously.
gorgeous.
so are they doing a movie together right now? Like
That's
is
what I
that how
thought. Isn't she
they
in the
okay.
movie? I
She's
think she's in that
directing it.
movie. Oh shit.
Yeah, she's directing the film, and she might be in it also.
Classy
I don't know.
gal.
So she like I really loved her and Jason Sudeikis
Oh, right.
together.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Yeah, and then I think they just split up during like quarantine. I think that's when like it's all happening very recent because like I
Yeah.
I read this article, I think E! News published it, where they were talking about how like Jason Sudeikis didn't know that Olivia wanted out of their relationship until like
I
October.
saw that.
And I would like shit. And then imagine like then seeing her go to like Harry Styles. I'm like, fuck. Like
He's probably like, damn, I'm like, oh shit.
no, I know.
No.
And I'm like, God, to be Olivia. Like
Oh, for real, right? You guys, I literally started like, you know how on TikTok you can click on the video and it like just select not interested. It was all over my For You page because like I do sometimes have like One Direction like fills, and it's usually like
Really?
yeah,
I had
and
no
it's like,
idea.
oh, shut up! Oh my God. Okay, Hannah, you know what? At least
She
I'm
thought
really
it was
not on
easy.
TikTok.
She's like, no, yeah, I do.
Anyway, so I started like hitting not interested because it's literally ruining the idea of like all the people that I love to like admire. I hate seeing them on my TikTok now.
Hate to see it.
Oh, and Stassi had her baby. That was another thing that
Yes,
happened in pop culture.
Congrats, Stassi
And
and Bo, if you're listening. We extend our something.
Congratulations.
Our congratulations. I think there's a better word for that. Never mind.
So her name is Hartford Charlie Rose
Wait,
Clark.
hold on. Did she release
Jesus
this on like she
Christ.
posted this?
Yeah, so I think she did
Say
like
that
an
again?
exclusive. So it's Hartford Charlie Rose Clark. So she's got 3 names.
Hartford.
4, I guess, if you count her last
Charlie
name.
Rose Clark. Hartford Charlie Rose Clark.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Hartford
But-
Charlie D'Amelio Rose Clark.
I really like the name Charlie for a girl, but Hartford must be a family name. I don't know. I knew that someone with the name Stassi,
Bougie.
like you have to have a bougie name for your
Yeah.
child.
For
So I was
sure.
like,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Isn't his full name like Beauregard or like something?
I think so, or something like that. Like they've got some like
It's not
bougie
just, like,
rich
yeah.
names.
I
Yeah.
literally just thought it was like Bo. I didn't think it was like short for something.
No, it's spelled like
Beauregard.
BEAU.
AU.
Something
not
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, no, it's fancy. Damn, that's cute. I guess.
Yeah. So
Mm.
exciting.
Wild.
Let's see, folks. What else do we have?
Do we want to talk about our current faves?
Yeah. I just had one. I'm sure there's more, but I'll just talk about this. So my mom for Christmas got me a couple serums that are like my mom is very natural, very one with the earth when it comes to like products and what we put in our body and on our body. And so she got me like a hyaluronic acid serum, and like obviously like I've used that in the past, like I know what it is, but I was like, I don't know. And I started using it, and recently I think it's because earlier this year I went back on birth control, and it was like the not working with my body, like it made me gain a bunch of weight and like my face break out, like stuff that had never really happened to me before. So I think my hormones were all out of whack, and then I got off of it. So I think my body's just been in like this huge like adjusting thing for like I guess the whole year. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but my skin has been really bad, and like nothing's been seeming to work, and I've tried a bunch of different stuff. And I tried the serum she got me, and like in 2 days my skin was like so much better. I mean, like my skin isn't like the best, but like it looks a lot better than it did. But it's called I think the brand is called Tree to Tub. Very natural sound, like not something I would ever think to like buy or like look for, but I really like it. And it's like she got me hyaluronic acid and then vitamin C serum, so
yeah, I
just getting back
recently
into
also
my
just
skincare.
I just got a hyaluronic acid serum. Well, like a restock of it, and it was The
Mhm.
Ordinary, and I got like a couple things from Sephora,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I love it. I love it so much. I tried that like vampire peeling solution, where
Yeah.
it's
Oh
like
shit.
red everywhere. I
Hmm.
just got that and I really liked it. I'm really on like the same page as you guys where it's like I literally all I put on my face now is creams and serums. Like for makeup, I don't use any powder makeup like anymore. It's usually like the
Hmm.
only thing I use is just translucent powder. Like
Oh,
I
you know what?
love creaminess.
I actually do have another current fave. I this girl on TikTok. Her name is Coconut Kathy, and she's like doing like makeup, and I don't know, she's really pretty. And so she was like, "Oh, I this is the foundation I use, and I normally have really dry skin, which I usually do too. And it's the Pretty Fresh Color Pop, and I got it, and I love it. So I never used like a foundation. I've never really used a foundation. Like I'll use like a powder foundation, but usually I would just
Yeah.
use like a CC cream. Um, because I was always like foundation is like really cakey. And I mean,
Mhm.
the only time I ever wore foundation was for like dance competitions. So it was like not good, really thick stuff. But this is similar, I'd say, to the It Cosmetics CC cream. Because if you've
Mm.
ever used that, you know that that's like pretty thick and full coverage. But like
Yeah.
this was good. I really liked it. So that's it.
Very
Lovely.
nice.
Yeah.
I
I
think that's like it
guess
for my current faves. What about you,
I guess
Hannah?
mine. Well, I didn't talk about this because I think I watched it during the week that we were off, but I watched Bridgerton on Netflix and low key
Ooh.
might watch it again. Because it was really good. I mean, everyone's talking about it, so it's like been kind of everywhere. But Shonda Rhimes is the writer and I want to say producer. So obviously she killed it because everything she does, I feel like, is amazing. So it's really good.
What's
It's
the
like
show
Gossip
about?
Girl.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it's
wait, you told me. I think you told me about this.
yeah, so honestly, it's kind of like Gossip Girl meets Pride and Prejudice meets 50 Shades of Grey. Like it's like
Oh,
a
Lots to
mix
unpack.
of like a lot.
an
It's
interesting
it's
combo.
so interesting because there's like one scene where you guys, I just swear it's like just a sex like montage for like 15 minutes,
Dude,
right?
Hannah and her older
I was about
movies
to
and
say because
shows.
the
No, you guys,
fascination you have with like
She lives for it.
y'all,
almost
it's
like
good for a reason. Like, let me just explain, okay? Like, these shows are popular for a reason, and that is a big reason why. But anyway, so it was really good. And I didn't know that the show was about that until it got to that point. Like, a big, like, underlying theme is like, this girl's trying to get pregnant. She just got married. Her new husband, like, doesn't want to get pregnant. And it's like this whole thing. But anyway, so it's really good. And I like what was so awkward though is that my parents texted me and they were like, "We think you would really like this show." And I was just like, okay.
Fred and Jane are
Um
just like trying to stay on trend with you.
yeah, and I'm like, this is weird. But no, so that was really good. And then I'm trying to think, like right now I've just been watching like Criminal Minds and I've been into like a lot more true crime stuff recently. So that's been
Dude,
my
I love like crime
favorite.
shows. My
Yeah.
favorite one of my favorite like I guess mini series or whatever was the People versus OJ.
Oh,
Yes. That was
love.
I've
really
seen it.
good.
I've literally watched it. I'm not kidding, like 9 times.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
it's a
love it.
really good one.
That was really good. I highly recommend watching the movie Run on Hulu because Sarah Paulson's in that, and I think she's like a phenomenal actress.
She's
And
She's
amazing.
definitely one of
Yeah.
my favorite actresses. Like
yeah,
I
Yeah.
love
and
her so much.
it's like a thriller kind of like true crime thing, but it's like super fascinating. So I watched
Mm.
that movie. And then I guess my other current favorite is I've been doing a vegan like meal delivery service. I don't do it every week. I kind of like switch on and off depending on like what I have planned. But it's called Purple Carrot, and I've done meal delivery services in the past, but this specifically is plant-based. So all the meals are really good and it's really nice because it's like 2 servings. So I make like one for dinner typically and have leftovers to bring to work for lunch, but really clean, healthy ingredients. And feel
Nice.
like all of us, I'm like trying to get back into a workout routine because I'm not going to like a gym or anything anymore since the new mask mandate. So I'm trying to like work out at home and I haven't been doing much of that. So I'm trying to just at least eat healthier.
Yeah.
Hey, Kim Kardashian is also plant-based now, so you
I
guys have
know a
that in
lot of
common.
a lot of people are doing like vegan January, and I guess it's like a dry January kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, speaking
So
of dry January, well, you finish and then
no, so I basically was just gonna say I've been seeing like a lot of people do this, but there's like this one influencer I follow that's doing like vegan January, and like for this last week, like all she's been doing is like going out and eating vegan meals, and I'm like, that's good, but like the point is to like I guess cook for yourself some.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
you can be vegan and still be pretty unhealthy.
Yeah,
That's
because like
true.
Like
a lot of people don't know that there's like a lot of salt in a lot of vegan food,
a lot of
and
oils, my mom was saying.
yeah, it's a lot of oils. I mean, I'm super particular about which oil I use because like obviously some are better than others, and also gluten is like a really big thing to me. A lot of vegans will kind of like compensate with a lot of carbs. And so I really try and balance out my carbs, but also I try and eat gluten free as much as possible too. So
So, are you guys gonna be partaking in dry January?
I am not because I drank this last weekend. So shot that in the dark.
I have like no plans of drinking for a while. So like, and I also haven't drank for a while. So I guess, yeah.
I know, I was thinking, I was like, because I want to do it, but then again, I really haven't been drinking anyway. So I'm like, maybe it's
That's my
just, I
thing
don't
is like,
know.
I literally, my mom actually had like a glass of wine last night. She asked me, and I was like, I just didn't really feel like it, like at
Yeah.
all. Mostly, I know I always like psych myself out with like, if I am gonna be drinking for some reason, I'd rather like, I don't know, like drink in moderation kind of thing. It's like, because I know there are
Yeah.
like a ton of calories in alcohol and
Responsibly.
like, yeah, and like, I don't know, I just don't really care to if I'm not like going out and like having a night out, like I don't really want like
Yeah.
to waste, I don't know. I just don't want a glass of wine sometimes at dinner anymore. Like I
Yeah.
just don't really crave it like I
Which
used
is
to.
perfectly fine.
I used to just crave the alcohol.
I was injecting it into my systems.
I mean, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I get back from work and I'm like, I really need a drink right now. But
No, I
I'd
feel
say
that.
like most of the time I just drink on the weekends. So, and I mean, like, y'all know me, like I'll have like 2 drinks and then be done. Like I
Yeah.
never like
This is
drink, I
true.
feel like excessively. And
Yeah.
also I will spend like $20 on like one drink
This
and
is so
be like
true.
content.
No, I feel that like when I was doing News Source the last semester of school, like it was basically
Yeah.
like a part-time job.
Right, but it's like a lot of
And
work,
like
and then you're
it
like, I want to
and
drink.
so every time when I would
Yeah.
come home, I would have like a glass of wine because I was like,
Yeah.
I need a break.
Yeah. That's how it was with my internship. I feel like whenever you're in a situation where you feel like overly stressed or anxious, it's kind of like drinking is like a coping mechanism.
Well, yeah, which is one, very unhealthy, and two, not good because drinking causes like, I mean, it's like a depressant and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I know it
literally like
gives people
makes everything like
anxiety.
worse.
But still, I mean, I would
Do
have
do
like
what
a
works for
glass of
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else as far as like, so we did current faves, um, pop culture. Is there anything else we wanted to chit chat about before we get into the topic?
I don't think so.
I
Okay,
don't think so either.
let's just hop into it.
Okay.
So, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that a bunch of MAGA country insane asylum escapes uh stormed the nation's capital,
Hmm.
and it's just been a weird time to be a US citizen, which for the past 4 years has been a weird time to be a US citizen.
Yeah.
More
I
now
was
than
like
ever.
truly perplexed when I mean, when like everyone found out, we were like, the fuck? Like, why? What's
I
going
literally
on?
I got home from work and I turned on a live podcast and they were talking
Yeah.
about it and showing videos. I was like, what is going on? And then I turned on the news. I was like,
Weirdly, Dino
holy
was listening
shit.
to the exact same thing, and that's how I found out.
Was he listening
He
to
was like, he
H3?
was playing something on his phone, and I was like, what are you listening
Oh,
to? And he was like, turn on the TV. And I was like, what's going on?
dude, it's wild.
Yeah, it was
And
really,
then
really insane. Like, I couldn't believe that it was an actual real thing and that like people had been like planning this. As naive as it was, like I guess like no one really knew that this was happening, other than
Well,
like
because none of us are Trump supporters, so why
that's
would we
true.
know?
Yeah, I was about to say. I was gonna say I know that it was like the intention was to like stop the vote, the electoral college from like putting in their final words and like this and that about Biden being
dude,
elected.
they're
Which,
so
like
fucking dumb. Like,
so
it's
dumb.
over. You lost. Go home. Like,
Yeah, and what was like shocking to me was they just thought that that was like okay. Like I literally couldn't wrap my head around how like
they're
stupid, like
so, first of all, dumb and
dumb.
partially brainwashed. But
Hmm.
it's like you're full grown adults. Like, how are you functioning in normal society if you think doing
Yeah,
something like that is appropriate?
yeah.
Huh? Like, what?
I will say though, like there was some pristine like memes, TikTok
For
Oh my god,
sure.
content,
yeah.
Twitter content, like a lot of very humorous things that came
Yeah.
out of the experience. But
There was one where like it was a really old woman and they compared it to like a SpongeBob meme because they were like
Oh,
this woman doesn't even know where she is right now because she was
literally,
yeah.
she was like, I couldn't believe like that's literally how like nothing lights are on, but no one's home up there like at all.
Have
I
I
y'all
couldn't.
wish I could pull it up on our Twitter. Let me look for
Oh
it.
my
have
God,
y'all
we
seen
really should.
the video where the woman got maced and they
Yeah.
were and he was like, why were you trying to get into the Capitol? And she was like, haven't you heard it's a revolution? And I'm like, bitch,
Dude.
what? Are we dumping tea into like I'm sorry, are the British coming? Like, where the fuck are you living?
No, no, you're
Dude.
absolutely right. Like
It was
I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like she sounded like an idiot. But y'all, I can't get over the people around. Like I have come across some people being like, "No, this is Antifa. This is wrong.
fucking
This is
idiots.
not what Trump stands for, yada yada yada," trying to like justify it. And I have
Where
zero.
have they been the past 4
That's what I'm
years?
saying. I have like zero patience for it, and it's like kind of annoying me. Like the people I see on Facebook, which you know how sometimes you just gotta weed through your Facebook, and they come out every once in a while, and you just have to remove that person from your life. That is me. If I see that you don't like, like if you agree with him, I'm not gonna lie, I will cut you off and just like not follow you anymore when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I have no
but
tolerance
my
anymore for
thing
it. It's
I
ridiculous at this
I
point.
don't have the patience for it. If you can excuse like half of, actually no, not half of it, everything that he said the past 4 years, or like
Like
everything he's like,
I understand being a Republican and Republican
yeah,
beliefs and going with a party, but at
yeah,
this point we're past the point of Democrat versus Republican. This is like society against a delusional person who is not fit for his job.
yeah.
This is like society against like a Cartoon Network evil villain.
Dude, that
Mm,
like we're living in a
God.
Simpsons episode.
No,
100%.
actually.
It's like the simulation is glitching big
You guys,
time.
has been glitching. She's been out of loop for like the past 4 years. But I don't, who is like working for him? Like who tells him what to do? And like this man really is living in his own like world up here. I don't understand. Like I don't know.
What
It just
really
confuses
got
me, this entire administration.
what really like was just appalling to me on top of so many things was like the video that leaked where it was I don't know, I guess Trump Jr. and like some other people within his family that were like in a tent somewhere watching like the video footage of like
Yeah.
the riots about to
They were
start
like celebrating
and
it.
it looked like they were like tailgating for like a sporting event or something, like
Yeah.
it was like this was like their Super Bowl. And that was that's what was just like so fucked up is like not even the way that it happened, but the way that it was being like celebrated. It
Yeah.
was so crazy.
I will.
Wait,
This
I
was
know
the-
I know
Trump literally
this.
tweeted
This was the tweet that
and
I
was
saw. She don't even know where the hell she is.
Dude,
Honestly.
I like a nut job.
Dude, it literally is too funny. Anyway, I had to pull that up. Come on, stop sharing. Okay.
There we go.
Did you see
No.
the
Also, the
police
people jumping
officers?
ship right now. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Did you see
go.
the police officers like dumping water on people's eyes to try and help with the mace and like walking them down the stairs?
Yeah.
So I saw the video. I saw the video of one officer walking a woman down the stairs, like holding her hand,
Yeah.
escorting her down. And then I saw another video where they literally opened up the barricade and
They
let
did.
the protesters
They were,
in.
yeah, that was like just ridiculous.
It's
The
a
whole selfie
gross-
thing too. Also, like, what the fuck?
It's a gross double standard because we all know what happened with the Black Lives Matter protests. We saw people peacefully protesting and then just get arrested,
Completely,
hurt,
like,
killed. Like, so
yeah.
for something that has to do with oppression and human rights and something that has meaning to it and purpose to it, not a bunch of delusional people trying to take over the government. Like,
All the people that were posting about, like, I don't support the violence, I don't support the rioting, blah, blah, blah.
you support the man who
They were real,
incited this.
real quiet during the raid on the Capitol. And I was like,
Exactly.
ooh, honey, like y'all's true colors have shown.
Yeah, and Shayla, what you started to say with people jumping ship, people now being like,
yeah,
you
the
know
people
what?
jumping ship.
Actually,
so
it's not what I stand
sus.
for.
Such a
Huh?
pansy move, honestly. It really is. Like, I think it's so disrespectful having so much power and like having these like very, very important positions and being responsible for like millions of people, like, and then you're gonna do this. Like, it just
'Cause it's
doesn't
like,
seem
hey,
right to me. It's
you guided this. I mean, obviously no one knew this was gonna happen or thought this was gonna happen, but it's like you supported him all the way up until it. You know,
yeah.
you were
One
fueling
that
the
really
fire
pissed me
that
off that I wrote down was Betsy DeVos, that bitch,
who
Secretary
was
of
that?
Education. She resigned literally like a couple days ago. And
Oh my
if
God,
anyone is like listening,
the chief of police did the same thing. Capitol Hill chief of police.
yeah,
Dude,
totally
what?
resigned, and they were like, "Bye, we're done."
You're like trying to
And it's
save your
totally
ass.
like exactly saving their reputations and everything. What doesn't sit right with me was this woman after that whole coup. They like she's the person that literally wanted like teachers to be armed in schools. And you know how like people were making a lot of like comparisons and being like, oh, Senate's really having like their day and they're gonna really experience what it's like to be a like K through 12 education, like living with people who can just storm up schools with like weapons all the time. And her resigning after that just seemed so sus to me that
Yeah,
I don't know.
everyone's like you said,
Just so
everyone's jumping
disappointing.
ship and trying to be like, oh, and then you know another thing I saw that everyone's like, this isn't America, this isn't who we are, this isn't what we do. It's like,
I'm like,
no, it
no,
is.
yes, it
That's the
is.
problem.
It's
That
just
America is, you know, has history and we're, I don't know, racism and other, I don't know. I sound kind of dumb right now. But like,
it's not
just,
that
you know what I
great over
mean?
here. Sorry,
Like
it's
this
not a
is
unified
nothing-
who we
idea.
are.
nothing like, I don't know. I mean, because I know that the Black Lives Matter protests, like some of them obviously, like there obviously was vandalism involved and stuff like that. But like, I don't even, to me, that was like just so necessary to be protesting for that, an unfortunate necessary. But like you see things like what happened this past week happen in other countries, and like the United States is typically the one that like quote unquote has it together. And I saw like so many things like tweets about people from other countries like looking at this and being like it's honestly just ridiculous because it was
It's
like the
embarrassing.
way, yeah, it's embarrassing. And it's just like it's like 2021 now, like we are like very much like privileged people to be living in the United States of America, and we're acting like straight savages. Like, we have a democracy, we have the right to vote, and like regardless of the fact that, you know, for them it didn't end in their favor, like you at least got the right to vote. Like, the people that act this way are the people that are trying to overturn governments where they had no say. And now it's just like ridiculous that the only thing that was running through my head is that, like, how sore of a loser can you be? Like, how big of a
Exactly. Oh my God.
how big of a baby can
Grow
like
up.
you all be? Can Trump
Yeah.
be? Like, yeah, like that's what was just ridiculous, is because there was no justification for it other than the
None.
fact that you guys are sore losers. Like,
You guys just
honestly.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the whole thing with Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue? And you know how they obviously lost the Senate race and everything. Took them so long to like concede and then like revoke their just a whole mess because they couldn't just accept the fact that like Georgia had like overturned, like kind of flipped purple technically. And oh gosh, it just blew my mind. I still cannot believe Kelly Loeffler was like even a candidate that made it that far.
It's very going back to like what other countries think about us. Like, it's interesting from a standpoint too of like allies and enemies, because our allies are like, you know, like I saw I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get it wrong, but people were speaking and they were like, this isn't how democracy is, this isn't how America is, like, don't let this sway you. But then there's another conversation that it's like, quote unquote enemies or whatever are like, see, like, this is why democracy isn't good. And like, you know, kind of foreign
I don't know
affairs
if
stuff
this
is really crazy. But it also is,
Yeah.
aside from like foreign affairs and that kind of stuff that I'm not educated enough on, just the image to like other people in other countries, like people our age, because
Guys,
not
like
everyone in
my
other
entire
countries knows like,
family.
what's up. They just think, like,
Yeah.
I remember, so when I studied abroad, there were a lot of people in my program like who lived in other countries, and this was in 2017, so kind of a while ago.
It was right
But they
after
were,
Trump had gotten
yeah, and
elected.
they were like,
Yeah.
oh, so you guys like, you like him? And we were like, no, there's a lot of us like don't like him and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, because a lot of people I think assume that everyone else knows that for the most part, you know, Trump is known as crazy and like this is very obscure and weird. But like a lot of people don't follow American politics and they're just looking at us like a circus right now. And it just,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know, we're
no.
already like awful, like with how we look handling COVID and like how we look handling the environmental issues, and like now this.
Do y'all like, maybe this is naive of me to feel this way, but like I legitimately, like when all of this was happening, it made me scared for the inauguration. Like, do y'all
Oh
not like
yeah.
do y'all not feel that way?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like automatically assume violence, but like obviously like after what happened in the news, like your mind goes in that direction. And I'm just thinking, like, part of me thought like, you know, yes, obviously they're sore losers, but maybe like they'll move on with time. But it very much seems like that's not the case. And like
Yeah, like there
it
are
just
people out there too crazy for my comfort. Like I feel like everyone has to assume the worst in this
yeah. And like
situation, as
it
like
just
shitty as it
Trump's not
is.
going. Did you see
and
he
it
said he
makes
wasn't
Yeah,
going?
which
it
such a
makes me
mess. Like
like
so
yeah, it makes me like concerned for like I don't know, like Biden's safety, like so
Dude, I
many
people were
know.
people
Yeah.
saying that they should just like
yeah.
Zoom the inauguration and that like they should just post a
Well,
video of it. And honestly, I
because it's
agree.
like,
Just do
because
that.
when
Like
we think of like the government and governmental issues and whatever, I always think like secret security, the highest security clearance, and like so protected and untouchable. But clearly that
but
was
yet
not the
that happened.
case. You know,
Yeah.
it's concerning that people can do that to the
And
Capitol.
you know
It's
what
like, well,
was
what are
like
people gonna do in like not like where I live in my neighborhood, you know, because I live in a very like privileged white neighborhood, but like other, I don't know, like other places that like violence could happen because it's like, oh well, people did that and that's okay. You know, I mean, people are getting like arrested for it, but essentially it looked like people were let in, and and everything. Also because, people were in there, in like Pelosi's office, the guy who's, well, now he's like getting arrested for what he did, but you had the time to like go in there, take a picture, gloat about it, and walk out as easily as you came in.
I
Like,
saw
what happened there?
I saw this TikTok that was just pure comedy. I need to send it to you guys. But it was like this video of this guy like swaying back and forth to like this really religious music. And it was like radical conservatives after they shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk the next day in church. And like literally, I was just like, God, these people are fucking insane. But no, I don't know. It just makes me definitely like the first thing that ran through my head was obviously like, you go online, you see this happening in the news, you go online, and I definitely saw a lot of people comparing what had happened with the Black Lives Matter and the fact that like the security was like in full like, army grade uniforms practically, and then you see what's happening at the Capitol with the Trump riots, and like that was a very different situation. But it really also just made me question like kind of like what you said, Amanda, where it's like the like level of safety and like how much like how you kind of held things like the Capitol or like things that really partake to our government to such a high standard to be like kind of like the utmost safest place. And then I was like genuinely shocked to see like some of the photos that I was seeing, because I could not believe that like someone made it to like the House floor in like one piece. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that like they just made it
not
so
a scratch
easily
on them, and like they were, escorted out basically too.